All right, let's get everyone in. Hello?
Hello.
Yo.
Hey.
Hello, everybody. Welcome. All right. So we are going to determine the draft order here. So it is a snake draft. So how that goes is it'll go 1 through 6, but then it'll go backwards. So the first 12 picks, for example, will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So the person who's picking last doesn't get screwed. Hopefully. Depends on the actual draft as to whether like numbers like that actually matter. But I did want to let you guys know like what the actual parameters would be. So we thought about this a lot. We wrote a lot of ones down. But so how we're going to be picking this is we can go round by round. You can pick at any row you want at any point. This is from Legion all the way through Dragonflight. If you have any questions on what bosses are early, mid, or late, they are listed on the sheet, which I gave you guys. But if you have any questions when you're picking, I can let you know whether a certain boss, or if you want to like message me, I can let you know, because if you don't want to like say your pick in front of everyone, like, is this boss actually an early or mid fight? If you're unsure, most of them are really obvious. Some of them were just like a little weird. Like, for example, we made in Trial of Valor, we made like Odin and Gwarm, I think mid tier, because like early doesn't really make sense, right? But also neither does late. We'll be picking 2 early bosses, 3 mid-tier bosses, 2 late, 1 penultimate, and 1 end boss from Legion until now. Does anyone have any questions before we get started?
I thought you said it's on the sheet somewhere, which boss is which.
Oh, yes. Let me link you. Yeah, let me link you that. So here's the actual thing. You can make a copy of this for yourself if you want. Just hit make a copy, and that will allow you to like actually look at the drop downs and see which boss is in which.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Just make a copy of this.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so we are. Go ahead, Jack.
Oh, so like you said, as long as it's on the list and is sorted that way, like I can pick it that way. Like you said,
yep.
For Odin, I can pick Odin for my mid or whatever.
Yep. Mm-hmm. It
cool.
Should be all. I just went through all of them and double checked with him.
Yeah, works for me.
Yeah, sure. And we are here going to determine the draft order. So. Let's see. So I'll do me, Dratnos, Jack, Meeix. That is how you say your name, right? I always used to say meeix because I'm an idiot, but
yeah, it's Meeix.
It's Meeix. Fuck yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Then we have Growl. Who's the last person in here?
Yo, what's up?
THD. Why are you? Yeah, THD. Okay. All right, here we go. We are going to randomize the lines. That's what someone linked me here. So this should make it 1 through 6. Is everyone ready?
I noticed that Painsmith is in mid and late.
Yes, it is. Painsmith is a mid-tier fight.
Okay,
we
mid,
discussed that,
late.
yeah. Yeah, it is mid, not late.
Right.
Same thing with Halandris. Halandris is a mid, not late.
Deal.
Got it.
Okay. Here is the draft order. All right. THD first pick, then Growl, then me, then Jack, then Meeix, then Dratnos. That is the order that we'll be going in today.
Do we have to pick early, or can we pick anything first?
You can pick anything at any pick. If you want to like target end bosses first, if you want to go mid, you can. It's entirely up to you. That's where the strategy comes in. Dude,
Can I interest you in Stone Legion generals, perhaps?
Yeah, something that I actually
pick?
considered, Dratnos, was I considered allowing each person to spend a pick to give someone else a bad boss. And I was going to spend my first pick to give you Stone Legion generals. But I think that would be a little bit too confusing the first time we did this. So that is not going to be a thing.
Also, I would rage quit, so that's good.
Yeah, as far as time per pick, previously we had said it's like 2 minutes or 1 minute. We have 6 drafters. Let's keep it pretty fast. Try to like get your picks moving. Let's not put a time limit on it, mainly because I don't want to keep resetting and setting a timer and forgetting to turn it off and then everyone hearing a loud thing on my stream. So just, just make your pick. If you need like 30 seconds to kind of think it through, totally fair if someone just stole your pick right before you went. But that is what we're doing. All right, great. For people,
does the community matter?
Does the what?
The community.
Oh, I see. So like you're voting for. So it's a good question. Usually I like to vote true to what I think, but I've done these drafts long enough to know that I hate when like I vote bosses that like you and I both love Skarn, for example. But like if you put Skarn on your list, everyone's gonna think you're an idiot. So it's like how do you we're the only people who had that experience. So how do you like translate that? I don't know if we're going to do a Twitch vote here or if we're going to do one on like Twitter and like not attach.
We definitely got to do a Twitch vote. I mean, that's the whole point. We're trying to win, right?
Yeah, but the thing is the Twitch vote's always like super biased. Definitely
so you're saying
against
Twitch
me.
Chat's dumb.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So we can do a Twitch vote, but we're also probably going to do a nameless like Twitter vote sometime in the future. So there will be less bias involved, but either way, I think it'll just be interesting to see how people decide to do this. So, all right. first of all, if people are good, well, I'm probably gonna put this on YouTube, so I want a few people to introduce themselves. So everyone probably knows me if you're watching this channel. Dratnos, what is your like rating experience since Legion?
I've rated every tier since Legion in the world, like I guess 60 down to 20 range, 15. So pretty high end in the scheme of things, not compared to you.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think that's pretty. I mean, you rated at an extremely high level for a long period of time. Okay, THD. Tell them about yourself.
Yeah, so pretty much been rating like a top 20 world ever since like Nighthold Plus. But before Nighthold, I was in a bad guild. All good though. And I've been rating like world first level basically since like Antorus and beyond.
Okay, Jack. You were in Future back in Legion, right?
Very end of Legion, I joined
Yeah.
it. Yeah. So start of Legion is when I began like Hall of Fame kind of rating. At the end of Legion, I went to join Future, and that was world 15 to 20-ish. All of Shadowlands, I did Imperative, and that was world 13 to 15 or something like that. And now I'm in a Gamerdad guild that's like 50 or 60th.
Love that. Meeix, what is your rating background?
So I started end of Warlords of Draenor, but like in a very, I would say, bad bracket, like world, I don't know, 1,000 something, and then over the years rated higher and higher until like the highest was world 120, I think, in Sanctum, if I'm not mistaken. And I've rated less in Dragonflight, and I switched also from healer to DPS main.
All right, that's cool. And then Growl. So I did need a 6th person for this, and I usually love having Growl on my list.
Why do I get a preface?
Because
before
the-
my introduction.
the reason-
Why can't it just be, hey,
Disrespect.
Growl, what's your rating
Okay,
history?
listen,
Give the disclaimer.
Well, no, here's the big
You
disclaimer
didn't
is
raid
we
in
needed a
Legion
6th
at
person,
all. That's why I'm
and
giving you.
everybody else was busy today. There's like TGP time trials practice going on.
That's not
it's just
true.
horrible out
Hey,
here.
hey guys, it's Growl, aka Yummy TV. You know, I've been raiding since the start of BFA. My first cutting edge guild was Humble. We were like ranked 200 world. I was in the guild for like 4 or 5 years. We slowly moved up to like top 50, 60, and then I got kicked for somebody who's better than me, and now I'm in Drogo's guild.
Okay, the reason I gave you a pre-thing was because you didn't raid in Legion, and part of this includes Legion bosses, so I feel like that's going to affect your list somewhat. You're either going to have to guess or like just, and like you've heard someone talk about this boss one time, so it's probably good kind of thing. Yeah.
Sounds like he's trying to affect the votes against Growl.
No-
Are you worried that
Yeah,
Growl's
it's
gonna
okay.
beat
It doesn't
you?
matter.
Growl
He already called
wins-
chat stupid. He's just trying to get points.
Growl
back.
wins
Don't worry,
these
chat's
a
on my
lot.
side.
So yeah, I mean, okay, that's fine. Anyways, all right, let's get going. THD, you're on the clock.
All right, mid Painsmith.
Ooh,
Damn.
first pick Painsmith. I mean, that's definitely a not surprising angle to go. Let me find it. All right. Yeah, not. I considered putting Painsmith late because I think if you were gonna create a raid, it would make more sense difficulty curve wise to do a Painsmith there. Actually, you know what's maybe another fun way to look at this is like you could also kind of order your bosses. So I'm assuming you'd want Painsmith. Yeah, you'd want Painsmith like near the end of your mid. I'm assuming. Yeah, let me do that. And then how do I remove a pick? Delete? Just Young Money. All right, sweet. First pick Painsmith, and you have it there. That is a banger. Growl, what is your choice?
All right, you know what? My first pick's gonna be Argus.
Okay,
That's a bold pick.
that is a
He
bold...
needs to establish his Legion credentials because he's been questioned on them.
I mean, it's a good boss.
Thank you, THD. I appreciate it.
This isn't even close for me. My first pick will be actually it is a little close. It'll be Sludgefist is my first choice.
God.
Late boss going to the end. Yeah. Jack, you're on the clock. Automatic
Kill me,
Jack.
man.
Or
That's what I was
you're
going
thinking.
for.
You're thinking.
Yeah,
Okay.
I know. Let's do.
Wait, did I literally steal your pick?
Yes, literally.
Oh, that's fucking insane.
God.
Bro, you played Priest on Sludgefist.
Yeah.
Don't pretend me you had fun on that fight.
I had a blast. I've had a blast playing Spirit Shell and Sludgefist. I was keeper
Actually,
of
true,
everyone's
I forgot-
survivability.
I forgot about Spirit Shell, actually. Never
Yeah.
mind, you're right.
I wish we could all forget about it.
I remember Automatic Jack's grip on Painsmith.
Ah, no, everybody does. I know. So many core memories. All right, end boss. Let's do Sire.
Man, so many people are going for end bosses early. That's insane.
Yeah.
I
It
feel
does make sense, right?
kind of. I mean, what the process that I went through before the stream was like I listed out all the bosses I thought were good in each category, and what I came to. Well, I'm not gonna tell you what I came to, but there were some categories that had a lot of decent selections, and some that did not. And end boss was yeah. I mean, the thing is though is like there's not that many insane end bosses, and Sire is like one of the definitely insane ones. Like there's not a ton of awesome end bosses on this list, so that's a pretty good point.
Okay, my turn.
It is your turn, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go for a second late boss, and if I saw correctly, Cabal should be in that.
You're picking Cabal in round 1?
Wait, what?
I mean,
No, that boss owned
I
it.
mean,
I love
Cabal
it.
was definitely an insane
was
boss, yeah, and
such a
I'm
great
glad I'm glad you mentioned that Cabal is like. I thought about having it early because it's technically true, but it's like that would be absolutely insane, right? Like one of the hardest
That's
bosses.
the first thing I asked my chat. I was like, is Cabal a first boss?
Okay, so which slot in your late do you want it in?
The second one.
The second. Ooh, okay. It definitely was hard. Okay, Dratnos, you now have 2 picks in a row.
Yeah. Now, as one of the people with back-to-back draft picks, I feel like it will add style points if I do themed picks. So 2 bosses that are kind of on theme with each other.
Okay.
So I'm going to select Rygalon and Star Augur, both on kind of an astral theme.
Ooh.
Oh, I do
little
like
space
I do
age.
like this. Those are also 2 definite bangers. So you're gonna go Star Augur for your second late.
Yeah, that sounds good, sure.
And then you said
And Rygalon will be my penultimate boss because, as we know, the penultimate boss category does have some landmines in it. Don't want to be left when the music stops with Stone Legion Generals on my list.
there's more than 6 second to last bosses here, but that
I'll take Tyndall, I think.
yeah. Oh, you're gonna go Tindril for okay. Well, there are
Oh, I am. Yes.
Yeah,
I thought I was still.
all right.
muted, but
Dratnos
yes.
hard baited you into taking a penultimate fight. Okay, that is looking solid so far. I also like the theme. The thing is, can you think you can follow that theme all the way through?
No, I don't know. I noticed those are 2 good picks available to me now, and
Yeah,
I
okay.
figured I'd score some points.
I like it. All right, Jack, what are you doing?
Let's do penultimate Agrimar.
Wow. I actually really like. I think Agrimar. If you were to show raid fights from WoW with no context of what they were like to progress, difficulty level, lore associated with them, and you were to just have people watch the fights and give you an opinion based on what they looked like alone, I think Agrimar would be like top 3 of any boss, including end boss. I think it's like one of the coolest looking fights of all time.
Yeah.
Very sick. One thing that kind of takes away from it for me though is like the need to have like the blood decay thing. Like I think people talk about classes being required. That's one of the few times where like I think it would be literally impossible to do that fight without that class. I don't know if you guys ran into that problem in your guild where you like had to have someone play blood decay that doesn't normally do that, or like third
Yeah,
tank.
we did.
Are we just going to skip over Makes making the most elitist raid of all time, by the way? Restless Cabal, Tendril, Sage shirt being built up here? This is crazy.
I feel
Yeah,
like
she has a theme idea as well.
the thing is Tindril's just such a fucking banger, but there are people that are going to read it and just be like, I had such a bad time on that fight, so it's only going to be bad for
Yeah,
me.
I already got flamed, so.
Man, okay. I was actually going to pick something else, but I feel like it would go against my... Okay, I kind of got fucked a little bit. But I think I'm going to have to just take the last remaining, I think, really... There's like 2 really awesome end bosses left. I think I'm going to go and just so I'm not stuck with it. I'm going to go with Farak as my end boss. Growl, you were on the clock. I can't believe you first round picked Argus. Was it just because he was in Legion? Just because you wanted to like prove a point?
What do you mean? I just thought it was the best end boss.
You've never done it.
That's
Yeah.
right. Think about how
I've
much
done
more
all the
fun
other
he's
end
had.
bosses, and I know
the-
those aren't right. All right, my pick is Smolderon in late bosses.
Which one?
I don't know. First.
So I was actually going to pick Smolderon, but the only reason I didn't is Dratnos is in my head about theme. And wouldn't it be super weird if, like, in your raid, you got to, like, the late bosses and it was 2, like, sludge fists in a row, you know? I think that would
Those
just...
are the best bosses.
That would... I mean, they are sick bosses, but, like, they'd have to be, like, a little spread out, you know?
It's like going to a Michelin star restaurant and they just serve you 2 chocolate cakes in a row, and it's like, this is weird, right? That's supposed to be
Yeah,
different.
exactly. It's a great way
Yeah.
to put it. But I respect the pick. I was actually going to pick that until I got in my head. Dratnos got in my head. All right,
Yeah.
THD, what is your selection?
Red
You actually
free.
you have 2 selections in a row, THD.
Well, I am picking for end boss, kill Jaden.
Okay, I am astonished by the end boss selections, and I think that Makes and Dratnos got the freest, like,
Yeah.
5th end boss pick of all time. Insane to me.
There's like 4 that I'd be happy with still in the list.
Yeah, but there's one that's, like, arguably the best of all of them. THD, what is your second selection?
Second selection is going to be our nice friend Halandris, right before
Ooh,
Paintsmith.
that is a psychotic... So THD's raid is going to be very thematic to what THD enjoys. Let me see if I can find Halanders.
Which
Oh,
is
yeah.
good.
Yep, we like that.
Gotta stay true to yourself.
Also, like mid, you have to pick 3 bosses, right? So it's going to be a tight category later on. You don't want to be like stuck with some doggy mid-tier fights. But I think everyone is kind of like there was more to pick from at the end, but in a way, your end of your raid defines your raid, I think, more than the mid. Like you can get there are raids that people love right now that have just a very mid. They have a very average mid tier. It's like the end just makes up so much. All right, Growl, what's up?
I'm gonna take Rashok the Elder. As
Oh,
my...
I'm pissed.
Lovely.
I am
Genius.
insanely pissed.
I don't know about order. It's hard for me to know the order because I don't know my other picks yet.
I'm so mad.
I'm just gonna say first, and then hey, he
I'm
took Columbus
so
from me,
mad.
so I had to take Rashok from you.
Oh my god, that is a bad day. It's a bad day to be me. That's what I wanted. I mean, yeah, Rashok. But the thing is, though, is like, imagine I got what I wanted so far. And I guess this shows a lot about what kind of bosses I like. But I think simple is a lot of times better. Like, imagine I had Rashok, Smolderon, and Sludgefist in my raid. That would be so fucking...
That would be sick.
That would be a lot of chocolate cake. It would be sick. Yeah, it would be sick. But, okay. So, I don't think there's a ton... Guys, I'm leaving myself a little vulnerable here without picking a penultimate boss and without starting my mids. But I feel like the late tier is very, very cramped. I'm just going to go ahead and get mine out of the way. I am going with Council of Blood, also thematic to the raid. But I think late tier is... you're going to run out of good picks really fast. And I think those two, if you're talking about like not getting served chocolate cake 2 things in a row, I think Council of Blood was an amazing fight. And I think it perfectly complemented what Sludgefist was trying to do as well.
All right, I'm gonna
just
go.
here for pain.
I'm gonna go mid with Hive Mind.
Wow. Okay. I'm trying to remember. Hive Mind was all the bugs, right? It was
Yeah,
like,
that was
a fun healer fight.
That was Fire Mage Pad, right?
Yeah,
Fire Mage.
Was it a fun healer fight?
DPS.
Oh, I have
it was
to.
a
good.
banger
Yeah.
healer fight.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Oh, I have to think. I hadn't considered the healer angle. There's not too many fights like that, but every now and then you'll hear someone talk about how great a fight was, and it's like, oh, it's a healer take, because like it's so weird that healers just do completely different fights than everyone else a lot of the times. Like Magmarax is such a good example. Like Magmarax just seems like such a whatever fight, but it's a Karog, right? Like just the most fun fights to heal ever.
Yeah.
Okay, Meeix, what is your selection?
I'm struggling.
Wait,
but,
while you're struggling, Jack, where did you want Hive Mind? Did you want Hive Mind first?
Oh yeah, we'll do it
mid?
first.
Okay.
Okay, I'm getting like manipulated into picking mids, and I don't want to give.
Wait,
give in,
manipulated
so
by
I'm gonna
who?
pick-
Your chat?
By you guys. You keep saying
I-
like, oh, the mids are gonna
I'm-
be gone.
I'm manipulating you into taking late. Let's get the manipulation straight here.
Well, I will take a late, and I do want Maiden in there.
I think this is
Nice.
a cultured pick. Maiden is a really fucking cool fight. It's like super creative, very different. Also, it has one of my favorite Race World First stories ever, where the first guild to kill this method was told by the developers, if you guys just have your tanks solo these things, we're just going to keep nerfing, we're going to keep buffing it until you can't do that. So they're like, okay, they kill it normal. If you guys watch their kill video, it's different than everyone else. They're just like, their whole raid's rotating, they're taking infinite damage. And then they killed it with 3 people in the raid named Xerips, by the way, which was like definitely some old Race World First shit. And then every other guild did it, and then Blizzard did nothing about it, which is like classic Blizzard interaction with the Race World First. But Maiden of Vigilance, an insane, really good pick, actually. All right, Dratnos, you have 2 in a row.
I do, and I'm gonna select the first early boss of our affair here. I'm gonna take Taros.
Yep. I actually was really surprised Taros didn't
Put
go
that
round
second
1.
for me, yeah, perfect. And
Yeah.
then I will also take Croesus as my 4th boss.
Oh, I wanted that one.
Those are
Oh,
some good
that's
picks.
so good. Yeah, those are really fucking good picks.
Those guys
Dratnos.
could be brothers. This is a really good theme you got going,
Yeah,
Dratty.
I've got a little bit of overloading on the single target.
Dratty T's raid
bosses,
balance
but-
not looking good.
Yeah.
The raid balance? What do
Okay.
you mean? Like,
Yep, single target classes are OP.
Yeah,
and Dratty
single
T's
target's
raid.
good.
oh, that is kind of true. Yeah, it is all single so far.
Wait till you see the rest of my picks. It's gonna be a good tier to be doing single target damage when I'm in charge. That's all I have to say.
Okay, we've Meeix your back up.
Yes, and I do think I'm gonna take like middle of mid, and I'm gonna go with Ashwing.
Ooh,
Nice.
Banger, absolute banger. I think this fight suffered a little bit. Like, okay, I think Ashvane the version of it where you don't have a third tank soak up all the orbs and you do it natty, I think that could have been like the best mid-tier boss of all time, and it's not close. But I still think like the theme, the visuals, and like even how it played out was... Actually, I have a quick question. Do you guys like mid-raid walls? Like in your like, do you enjoy mid-raid walls?
Yeah.
100%.
I think I do too, but I also think they offer such a unique experience where it like goes against the idea of a like linear difficulty curve, and those, as much as those boss owns and I look forward to them, they kill the shit out of raid guilds like Anduin and Painsmith and Scar, like they just like so frequently when they put that really hard boss a little earlier in the raid, the like, you know, try hard gamers are like, this is awesome, and everyone else is like,
Well,
we
here's the
can't do
beauty.
this.
It's a get out of jail free card for them. They get to get out of jail quick because they won't kill the end boss.
Oh, it's letting them know ahead of time.
Yeah. It's like it's a reminder.
Mercy rule, yeah.
All right, ready for this one?
Okay, yeah.
Second position in early.
Oh, please no.
Mout.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
That is
That was not a name that I expected
That
to hear
is not
today.
a name I was expecting. That is the most healer choice ever, by the way. By the way, if you did Mout and you just did good damage, you were dead. You just died. The boss just killed you because of the damage you were doing. That's
Can I interest you in
I
an
made-
Infinite Stars proc?
I made a fortune off pain sup applications there. Oh yeah,
dude, that
people
is...
would pay for the pain sups.
All right, I have a choice here. Yeah, I gotta commit to it. Wait, no, I think I'll have it when it comes back. I'm gonna have it when it comes back. Trust.
Okay, you guys gotta figure out what it is and yoink this.
I'm gonna have it when it comes back. I'm taking Opulence for my fourth boss.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah,
that's good.
One of
There's
the-
an iconic kill video of that fight.
Yeah.
This is one of the best. One of the
That's what I was
best.
thinking.
This is one of the best mid-tier fights ever. Opulence fucking owns. Growl, you're on the clock.
For my next late boss, I'm going to pick Raden the Despoiled.
That's a
Banger.
good pick. That's
Banger.
a good pick.
Guys, I'm telling you, if you're not picking late right now and you have a list of them, there are some... I know I'm manipulating you right now, but there are some... not a lot of good bosses left in that category. They're running short. All right, THD, what's up?
We are picking Il'gynoth as the second late boss.
I respect the fuck out of this. So, no, everyone's gonna hear... Wait, just to be clear, Emerald Nightmare or...
Yeah, no, obviously not the Emerald Nightmare.
Yeah,
one.
okay.
Yeah, BFA.
So, I think Il'gynoth, the version that THD and I did, was the most fun, like, top tier, top 3, like, late boss ever. It's the reason I didn't want to pick this is it's super unrelatable because everyone, if you guys killed this boss when you didn't dispel and you just spread the whole fight, it was one of the worst fights ever. But the dispel strat version of this fight was insanely fun and just like a really cool progression experience.
I mean, look, you know it was a bad pick because Max needed to give a disclaimer. What was your second pick?
What the fuck? All right, yeah. What's your second pick?
Second pick is Zakul.
Fucking goddamn
man.
banger.
wow.
Goddamn banger. Goddamn,
Il'gynoth is looking good
Man.
right now.
goddamn banger
Man.
fight. Nope, it's a banger fight. Zakul
Are you-
fucking slapped.
It's crazy. We're all here trying to make the best raid ever. THD's out here trying to make the worst raid ever.
THG's list, like, it's not that it's wrong. It's just not as relatable to people.
Dude,
'Cause,
if-
like,
if-
No, it is
re-killing
wrong.
Zakul,
Dude, if-
re-killing Zakul every week was a nightmare.
Bro, if I did THD's raid, I would be logging the fuck in, dude. That looks insane. All right, THD took Zakul and then Il'gynoth, okay? Or
If it makes you feel better, Growl took Raden from me, so we're
Yeah, I
Raden's
was gonna pick
definitely a
that
banger.
too.
Yeah, okay. We have Growl, you're on the clock.
I might need a little bit. I need to use
You're
my
good.
time bank
You can
here.
use your time bank. Yep.
We could, in the meantime, we could pull up some of the opulence, the certain kill video of that encounter.
That is
True.
that would be a 2 if anyone ever needs a 2-minute time bank because the intro to that video is 2 minutes long and then it starts the second intro.
You need to, you need to skip to like 9 minutes. 9 minutes is when that video starts going hard.
Oh, the triple screen
The split screen, yeah, split screen POV.
Yeah. Frank will add that in right now. He loves doing stuff like that.
All right, my next pick is going to be Artificer Zymox.
Which one?
I feel like we know.
Are they
which one it
both with
is.
this? Do they both have the same name?
They do. They're both
There's
they're both
yeah.
literally the
There's
same boss.
yeah.
The
Yeah.
one in Nathria.
Yep, that's the
Okay.
that is the correct decision. Has infinitely better fight. Which location? High mid or mid?
Mid, I guess.
That's good. If it got to me, there was a decent chance I was going to pick both Zymoxes for the bit.
That would be an insane bit. That would be an insane bit. Okay. I'm fairly certain that it'll come back again the next time. So I'm going to not take the one I really want to take. Okay, we have a lot of choices here. I'm also going to dip into my time. Actually, I'm pretty sure I know what I want to take. I'm going to take Shriekwing with my first boss.
Nice.
Jack, you're on the clock.
We're gonna go for a late position boss, and
Yeah, ain't a lot of good
it's
ones,
gonna
are there?
Yeah, it's a little tough. It's a little tough. Let's do Mr. Sazine. This one disbanded my guild, literally.
That's
Always the sign of a good fight.
yeah.
It was the weak aura. It was the weak aura.
Vision.
I think
It was back when I was in Vision, and somebody made a weak aura to help us align the laser beams to sort them,
And when the
and it
mechanic
disbanded
happened,
our guild
boom.
in the process.
I just hated Mistress for one reason, and it was that you had to kill like those fish at the exact right time, which was fine, but they didn't have enough health. So it wasn't that people were AoEing and padding. You actually had to have people, you had to sit classes or change to bad talents so you didn't passively cleave, so they didn't die early. And that was just like really weird. Like if you just played your normal single target stuff, they would just die from passive cleave too fast. Like I just feel like that was a really unenjoyable
At least
situation.
back in Legion, that I feel like if you put one of those bosses now, if anything gets near the boss, it instantly dies.
All right. Dude, people are pointing out that over half my list right now is just Nathria, but guys, over half
That's a
of
good
Castle
raid.
Nathria was a fucking goddamn banger. That's
Yeah.
people consider Nathria one of the best raids ever, and Stone Legion Generals was in it. That means that the other fights were really, really fucking good. Okay, it is Meg's selection, correct?
Yeah, I think so.
Yep.
I'm a little bit scared that Dratnos is gonna take the end boss that I really, really want, so I'm gonna go for it, and I'll stay on theme and say Unat for the final boss.
What the fuck?
Ah, yes.
Guys.
Ah, what a time to be alive.
Guys, there is no
Yeah.
way that Dratnos picked the last end boss and got Gul'dan. There's
I'm
no
not picking it
way.
yet. I don't have to.
You're right. Because
I'll
you did that.
that will be my last pick.
Because
Thank
you did that.
Thank you.
Because
Yeah,
you
yeah.
did that and got. Okay, first of all, can we talk about if everyone's gonna make fun of me for making Nathria? Dratnos' list is just
I'm
Nighthold.
making. Yeah, that's right. I'm making Nighthold.
Yeah.
I'm constructing my own Nighthold. Thank you.
Dude, that's crazy that you picked Unat. Because like my opinion of Unat is it was.
No, Una was a great pick. I was gonna pick that if she picked Gul'dan.
I don't even think Unat's a good boss. I just think it was hard. Like I don't even think that's
That's
a good
right.
fight.
It was fun.
It
Okay.
So I really like coordination fights to maybe defend myself, and I think
That makes
Unat
sense.
had a ton of that, and it was just really enjoyable to kind of figure out and also to watch.
Okay, first of all,
Yeah.
you don't need to defend yourself. I think people having themes to their list and picking stuff that they specifically like Jack picking healer bosses and stuff like that, I think that goes hard. I think that's exactly the individualization
I'm
that makes this
mechanic
cool.
bosses.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah,
THD.
we know.
Yeah, it's like I wonder what THD likes. What kind of raids THD likes?
I would figure THD would want stuff like Crosus, just the bosses that
No.
require you to farm artifact power.
True.
Well, that part's good, but the part where you just hit one guy, not very fun.
I see. Yeah, I will say I would have been fine with Helia as well.
Helia's
I
a
would have been
fucking
fine
banger.
with Nazoth, like Sarkarath. I felt like there were a lot of good end bosses, so I was never going to send an early pick on
Not
one.
picking end bosses early was very smart, I think. The only thing that was super apparent to me was that like the late tier bosses were super few and far between. Like it was really hard to find two of those. So what are
Alright.
what are your selections, Big Dratty?
So I am going to go with the Terragru as my first boss.
Okay.
Interesting.
That boss was fun. Boss is, I think, what first bosses should be, which is you get to be super duper OP, and that was fun. You just nuke it from orbit, super Zergum, get your fun anima powers. Farming the trash every week got a little old, but you know,
Yeah, that's what I thought.
that was, I think it was still a good experiment. It was a fun fight. It was, I think, doing more than other first bosses. Besides, I think Shriekwing was just like a great fight, so I like that pick from Max. That was a good.
I think the
First boss.
Terragru had every reason. So we just had Shriekwing as a raid fight, and then I think from the beginning of that expansion, everyone knew you're like, damn it, they're gonna make a fucking anima power boss, aren't they?
Yep.
And like you just hoped
Yeah.
that it wasn't gonna be dog shit. We heard it was gonna be the Terragru, and I think it could not have possibly gone better. Like doing the first boss was the best decision to do it on, but I also think that Terragru was just a fight you didn't not look forward to. The only thing about it was like if you raided in a guild that got that guy summoned late, but then he still felt compelled to run around the entire circle instead of just pulling the boss and killing it instantly.
Could be worse. you could have the guy that just keeps resetting his powers.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Who did that the most in our guild, THD?
That's Kevin.
Oh yeah, that was. Oh yeah, that's. I don't even know why I asked that question. Okay. So you picked the Terra Group, dude. Dradnos' early raid is fucking so good.
That's right, and I'm gonna continue my theme of only single target encounters. I'm gonna take Guarm as my third to last.
Wow.
This is a
third to
good
last
pick.
boss.
That's a good pick. Guarm was an insanely good fight.
Not for healers.
Trial of Valor was one of the most underrated raids ever. Like, if you ever want to ask yourself, like, if Blizzard should do mini raids again, like, Trial of Valor is the example of why they should do that. The whole thing fucking owned. Odin, I don't think, well, I guess someone could still pick Odin. I think it is considered in, is it
It's
mid?
a late boss.
Is it a late? But yeah, Odin fucking owns, right? So I think that that works. Yeah, your raid is literally pure single target.
That's right, and that's gonna continue.
He has a mission and he knows it.
That's
so.
right. Ads are stupid.
Okay, let's get it. Meeix, what is your selection?
I'm gonna go for early first one, and I'm gonna pick Scorpion.
Good pick. This is a DPS play. This is a DPS enjoyer selection right here.
Yeah, that is.
This fight is actually completely worthless. You just get to AoE a bunch of ads the whole time. But that makes it good. But that makes it good, yeah. All right, I fuck with it. All right, automaticjak.
All right, we're gonna do mid, and we're gonna do Orgazoa.
This is a good. I like this.
That's another healer fight. I like that fight too.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
that
it was
was
a
a
healer
banger.
fight. I forgot about that.
Yep.
It
That
was
was a very fun
so
healer
much
fight.
damage that you were like begging, like everybody was like 5%, 10% life right as the boss moves away and all the dots
Yep.
stop.
It was
Like,
also a really
holy
fun
shit.
tank fight.
Yeah, it was a fun tank fight.
If you 2-tanked it, of course. If you 3-tanked
got-
it, you were a child. A little tiny
Because
infant
you
baby
like
child.
took more damage, and then the tank debuff made you take less damage. But if you got 10 stacks, it killed you.
Yeah.
That
When
was
you
so
taunt
cool.
the boss, wake up.
That was innovative.
Yep. And then you got to also realize if your tanks were good or not, whether you 2 or 3-tanked this fight. Okay. And then we have me, and I still think I can get away with it, but I don't think I'm going to chance it just because...
I know what you're gonna pick.
Yeah, Growl didn't raid in this expansion, so I just think there's a chance he picks another one, but it is the only realistic good second to last boss remaining, so I'm going to take Fallen Avatar.
Oh, really? I was
Yeah.
thinking about
Yeah.
it.
I was debating between Fallen Avatar and Agrimar.
That's actually funny that you consider it because I was very strongly thinking about taking.
Okay, that's good because I knew if
But as soon as all the other ones got taken, I'm like, yeah, fuck
dude,
it,
if
I'll
you
leave it.
didn't take it, I would have gotten so much value because then I would just have. Actually, no, it was really dangerous to leave it to you because you would have had 2 picks where you could have taken it. But now you're in a good position because you can. You're the only
now I'm not
second to
gonna
last
touch it,
remaining,
yeah.
so you don't
Me
even
and
have to
Dratnos
touch
are
it.
chilling on the last category.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right, you are up, Mr. Growl.
All right. I think for my second early boss, I'm going to pick Huntsman Altimore.
That's a good choice. It was really easy, so a lot of people didn't get a chance to appreciate it. But I think the like CC into doing more damage was like not super oppressive, but kind of cool. At least once they nerfed the Fire Mage ignite spreading thing, and I just don't think you ever went up to Huntsman and anyone was mad. No role in your raid was like, oh man, we have to do Huntsman. Where there's always a lot of early bosses like that, and I think it deserves points. All right, THD.
All right, coming in with the heat. We have the Sogne as the first boss.
You picked a sausage for the fucking
That's
first?
right. That's right.
Okay.
I didn't mind that boss. That was a pretty
That boss
good
is cool, yeah.
And
I liked the like teching to
second-
get over 2 of the lines with like a Venthyr
Yep.
in the right spot. That was fun.
And the second early boss is the 9.
Okay, that's a good choice.
That was the other one I was thinking of too, yeah.
The 9 is one of those fights where, and I guess you give it a lot of credit for this, where it is, you will, you could see this being a mid, late, or penultimate boss with proper changes, right? Like, you could form this boss into any version of that, and it would be really good. And I think that says a lot about it, where it
Also,
wasn't annoying early.
I will not take any Sogne slander.
You like that boss?
It was a fun boss, yes.
Yeah, I don't know. I
Having
never,
actually think about your position and which beam, how you walk into the circle in order to not get killed by the other
I feel
circle.
like, here's
That's
my,
fun.
I feel like our testing on that fight and the like cooking we did for that fight was way more fun than how you actually did it, you know? You just ended up just like playing the game, but I feel like that could have been a really cool strat fight too.
Well, it's a first boss. You got to play the game.
All right, Growl, you're back up. Wait, is that true? No, yeah, he did take both. Yeah. It is your choice.
Yeah.
What was his other pick? Oh yeah, the 9. I don't know. There's a lot of them that I kind of want here.
You can take your time.
Walk us through your thought process so we can know the
Um,
other good picks that then we can steal from
There's
you.
a lot of bosses that personally I found fun that I don't know if I don't know how. I'm like trying to think if one of them really stood out. I liked a lot of the mid bosses in BFA. I thought Vectus was pretty fun. I thought Rastakhan was fun. Let's see. Soul Render is kind of my leader right now. I thought Soul Render was fun. I feel like Soul Render was probably dog for some classes though. I think that's what I'm gonna pick though.
I'm so fucked. Are you sure?
I think I'm gonna pick Soul Render.
I'm mad. I was gonna
That's
pick
good.
it. I was gonna pick it, even though I know a lot of people would disagree. People just have, and this is
Yeah, I don't know. I think I like Magmarax too. It was between Soul Render and Magmarax were my two picks.
Soul Render fucking owns. It because 9.2 and domination shards and the lawsuits against Blizzard and everyone playing Final Fantasy, all those things that make 9.2 bad, and the game being pretty tough just at the time. People forget how good like the early part of Sanctum Domination, like the first like bosses all the way through Painsmith, and it kind of fell off after that. And then even then, I think Sylvanas is actually like a really underrated end boss. But like that raid had so many good early and mid fights.
I think that boss or that raid was very, very good. I think the only problem was the difficulty curve was really wonky. Like I think Guardians could have been way harder and been cool. The 9 could have been way harder and cool. Like it didn't really have those like really chonky bosses that like you spend a lot of time on other than Painsmith and Sylvanas.
Okay, so I'm left in a pretty tough position, but I think I know who I'm picking against here before I get my next pick, and I think the thing that I really want will be back by the time that I pick. So I'm gonna take another mid tier. Let's go. Oh man, I want both. I actually think this pick is. I think I'm gonna deny Duratnos here,
No.
and I'm gonna take, I believe, the best remaining boss from Nighthold and take High Botanist as my last mid tier.
Oh, that's a good pick.
It is a strong pick.
That was on my short list.
Yeah, but you failed. It's not single target.
Yeah, there's 2 targets on that fight, so
Yeah.
I wasn't interested.
Well, there's actually
Yeah, but it's
3,
a Nighthold. You have two dueling themes.
That's true.
Botanist fucking owns, by the way.
Yeah.
It's one of those fights that had the coolness, which we were able to do of like, that was actually one of the first like really strat bosses that we were able to do at the time as limit. And you had like multiple different ways to kill it, and figuring that out was fun, but also it's one of those rare fights where those fights are actually still fun to do after you figure them out. Like Lihivum's an example of that being bad. Lihivum was just as fun to figure out, but it's not a fight where like you look forward to every week like you did with Botanist. So I'm loving it. Jack, you are on the clock. You have 3 picks remaining. Ooh, there's like only a couple more good late bosses, and he has 1 pick, and THD has 1.
This is my last. Man, this is my last.
Well, no, you don't need to pick
mid-pick.
late. Yeah, I was about to say you don't have to pick late here because you get it again
Yeah.
in 3 picks. Yeah.
I'm debating between 2 for mid right now. All right, Portal Keeper Hazabel in the mid slot.
That's a good fight. Portal Keeper's an awesome fight. Also an awesome trinket.
Yeah, that was the bombardment trinket, right?
No, well, I like the Portal trinket. I don't know if you...
There was, yeah.
The Portal trinket for tanks was like one of the coolest tank trinkets ever. Actually, was it a DPS trinket? I don't even remember. Was it a trinket for...
No, it was a tank trinket. There was the trinket Jack's talking about is from Antoran High Command.
That's right. The bombardment. You
Oh,
can like
yeah,
destroy
yeah.
your own bombardment ship.
It's the one where you spawn a little ship that shoots balls. At
Portal
them.
Keeper
Yeah.
fucking owns. All right, Makes, what is your selection?
I'm gonna need a couple of seconds.
You're good. I need time to look through my selections anyway. I think I'm going to get away with murder on delaying a certain pick. I'm actually interested in thinking what Drados is going to pick here. He can pick 2 mids.
Okay, this one might be controversial, but I'm gonna go for mid first boss, Desolate Hose.
Nice.
I would
I was
definitely...
Are you
somewhat close to
saying
picking
that
this,
because it's
yeah.
not what
You were
you
close?
wanted?
Look, this fight was sick if you played Subtlety Rogue ever. It was really fun.
Oh, yeah, it's kind of like a Zool angle. Oh, wait, I wonder
Yeah.
if you're going to be a Zool angle.
I'm not going to take Zoldope. but I was thinking about it because I did play sub on that fight, and that was fun.
So, Desolate Host is one that I've always just disliked personally, and it's because it's one going into the tier where you are so excited about thinking about how you would kill this fight. It seemed so strategic and like, how are you going to balance the people upstairs and downstairs? And then you ended up doing the fight, and it was just, you had like a third tank just tank a bunch of mobs in the back of the room, and you just actually just single targeted the boss until it died. And I feel like that took so much away from the boss for me. But like, the aesthetic was insane, I think. It was like new Gorefiend.
I already know the heat dragging T's gonna. I can feel it.
Okay. Well, he's definitely
I-
not picking End Boss. End Boss will be his last selection.
I DM'd a question to you, Max, when you got a sec.
Sure.
Also, you still need to add Scorpion under my thingy
Oh, wait, one second.
from last round.
Jack asked... Oh, it is. Yes, that is supposed to be a... Yes.
Yeah, okay.
That
Yeah,
is
yeah.
kind of a problem because I think a lot of... We'll discuss it if you pick it.
Sure.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, good. My turn, or
Yeah, it's your turn. Yeah.
Okay. I was thinking of just really committing to my 2 bits of Nighthold and single target and selecting Spellblade Allurial, but I'm not going to do that because I don't think that fight is that good. So I'm going to leave it. I'm instead going to stay committed to my single target boss bit. I'm going to select Ursoc and Shadhar the Insatiable as my mid-tier bosses.
Okay.
I like Shadhar. I was thinking about that. Boss.
Yeah, Shadhar was
Yeah,
just
I-
it was. I mean, part of it was just corruption. Like that was the fight you could play 700 zillion corruption on, and
Yep.
Right.
but that was fun. And no boss exists outside of the context of its raid, so I'm gotta count that when I'm talking about Shadhar.
I think Shadhar was like one of the first bosses to popularize the like AABB or ABBA tank swap, and I think that's
Yeah, it's a fun tank swap.
those are like one of the more interesting tank swap mechanics that have been in the game. And I think Ursoc is an absolute fucking banger, and I can't believe you got it this late. I think when we did our like what's the best raid of all time thing, I think we even like cheated and used Ursoc as like our second boss or something like that. And I just think Ursoc is an incredible fight. One of the few Emerald Nightmare fights, actually, that just kind of get forgotten because Xavius was so easy and that tier was so fast. But I think there's a few Emerald Nightmare fights that are, like, really, really fucking good. And one of them, I think the best fight in there, actually didn't get picked by anyone unless Growl takes it later. But, alrighty. So we have, we're back to makes.
Yeah, one thing, I think your chat's been pinging you about you. The Scorpion isn't under my name in the list, like at the... Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not showing up in the
18
second
or
bottom
something.
list.
It's yeah. So the thing in the bottom list, all it does is it just shows you what order. This just shows like the
Oh,
picks.
they picked, yeah.
Yeah, like
okay,
what
'cause
order you
it's
picked
not
it.
there.
But the thing down there doesn't matter. I did see they did that, but I mean, I clicked on it again and it's just not showing up.
That's okay.
So
I
yeah,
was
who
just
knows? Just some
wondering.
weird bug.
I literally said, I want Ursoc, and in that second, Dratnos was like, oh, Ursoc.
Yeah,
So I'm a little
he
bit
does that.
mad,
He does
but
that.
he's
That's,
like,
well, I'm watching your streams. I'm listening to everybody's
Yeah, I
logic
mean,
and stealing
that's-
stuff.
that's
I
strategy.
can tell.
That's right.
I'm gonna go for second early boss and pick the Fellhounds of Sargeras.
Is that the second boss in Argus raid?
And then Taurus, yes. Well, it was is a second boss, but you could have done Entor and High Command. I think you even could have gone to the Portal Keeper area.
That was a fun fight if you were playing a Destruction Warlock or a Balanced Druid.
True.
All right, automatic
That's
jack.
a demo pet next expansion, by the way. That boss.
High Engineer Mechatorque.
Okay, so I can't put it in here because it's on the list. I hope no one else got confused by this, but High Tinker Mechatorque did show up in penultimate, but obviously it's just it's a linear raid and it's literally not the penultimate boss. That was just a mistake on the listing of these, but that is a pretty good selection. This is another boss where I think people's opinion of this fight is drastically different because of heroic difficulty and because of pugs. So, like, it was a really unreasonably hard heroic fight in pugs. But in Mythic, it's kind of already assumed you're in comms anyway. Actually, I think if you're ever on High Mechatorque in Mythic, you're just definitely in comms. And with comms, Mechatorque was actually a really enjoyable fight. My only thing that took it down a little bit is like that's like kind of the case with all of Battle Desire lore, where it was just like too easy. Like, it's simply hard to appreciate a boss late in the raid when it dies in like 10 or 15 pulls or something. Like, it just, you don't go through the struggles enough to appreciate the boss being cool. It just kind of instantly dies. That's what Mechatorque was. But I just feel it's still like it's a actually good fight, right? Oh, of course. The sheet's gonna tell me that I can't do that. Fuck. I'll ask the guy how to edit it. Maybe.
Is there a write-in? Yeah.
Oh wait, maybe. I might be
Oh,
absolutely.
you can add a button. Oh my god.
I might be hacking the mainframe right now. Wait, actually, I can
Never
probably just
seen this part.
I can just delete something that no one's done yet, right? No one picked Coven of Shavara, so let's.
Look, I don't think anyone's picking Stormwall Blockade, buddy. You know.
True. Yeah.
Okay, well, turns out we actually can't do this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well,
this is I'm not allowed to be in this menu. Maybe I can just write it down here. We'll fix it later, maybe. I don't know. Unfortunate. Okay. Is it my pick? Okay. Add it in the raid boss pools. Guys, how do I do that? Oh, this thing. Oh, that's easy.
wow.
Can I just copy paste? Where's Young Mechatorque?
This is like the back end.
This
I've
is the
seen
back
this
end.
before.
Yeah. I don't see High Tinker Mechatorque anywhere.
6E. 6E.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So we can move 6E to Where would this? Oh, technically here, right?
Yeah, I think
And
so.
then we're
Let's
good?
see.
Come on, please.
Looks like C tier is the late boss one.
It is not here. It's just broken. It's turbo broken. Or maybe I can just...
You put it in place of blockade?
Yeah, I'm going to try to like just delete Fate Scribe and just put it there and just see if that makes it show up.
Whoa, what if someone's gonna pick that?
They aren't.
Yeah.
Oh, it's there. Oh my god.
Oh.
Let's go.
It's all
We are so
fixed.
back.
It's all fixed.
What about the door opens?
Yeah. Okay. Okay, my selection. This was an excellent planned way for me to stall. Man, there are not that many good mids left. There's an extremely good early, but I think I'm gonna get away with still getting it. Oh man. Are we allowed to reorder our stuff? Like if I want to, if I want to
Yeah,
move,
I think so.
Yeah,
If you're moving within your own
You
tier,
just
yeah.
move with.
I think this
yeah.
is gonna make the list super weird, but I'm gonna move Opulence to my third. Oh yeah, the guy in chat who made this list is saying no in all caps. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna put
It's probably gonna mess with the ordering at the bottom.
yeah, but no one. This doesn't matter, right?
Yeah.
All that matters is up here.
Frank can correct that in post as well. He
Yeah,
can
he-
change
Yeah,
it
yeah,
and
we-
manually write
yeah,
it in the right
we
order
get
and
Frank to
everything.
do it.
He likes doing that.
He's gonna love that.
Yeah.
He likes doing that.
Look, because I'm already thinking of a reorder later, so don't worry.
All right, I'm gonna go with Kingaroth.
Ooh, that's a good pick.
Yeah,
Yep.
Kingaroth fucking owns. Legendary.
He stole that one. It's stolen.
Were you taking that?
Yep, that would have been stolen.
Yeah, Kingaroth was another one of those build-a-bosses that was actually still fun to play. And also, I will always remember Kingaroth because this was the first time we felt what it was like to be like ahead in a raid and Blizzard specifically fucking you over. So like there's a VOD of me tanking the mobs 30 yards away from everyone and they wouldn't do any mechanics and we got to like a really low percentage and Blizzard force wiped us and then fixed it instantly. And then also they told us not to like cheese the Ruiner debuff. If you killed the ad that gave the boss a 20% damage amp forever during the cast of Ruiner, he just wouldn't get the buff. So we were wiping on purpose because Blizzard said not to do it, and then we go to bed, and guess what happens? Every other guild kills it with the boss doing 60% less damage to you, and Blizzard doesn't do a goddamn thing. So that's where you learn to always exploit first and ask for forgiveness later, and never the other way around. Growl, you're on the clock.
You know, thinking about a lot of the raids that I've done, and I was thinking about in the past some of the early bosses that I've really enjoyed. And so one of my favorite bosses in the Nighthold was actually Chromatic Anomaly. That's gonna be my pick.
Dude, we are approaching 100% pick rate for Nighthold bosses.
Did
This is
Nighthold
crazy.
get
Yeah.
There's a few that's missing.
Spellblade-
You just gotta kill it fast enough before you get to slow time.
Spellblade is missing and Tichondrius is missing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which maybe not
And
for long.
Elisand as well currently.
Yeah. I'm surprised Ellison didn't get picked.
Well, it might.
Still could be.
Oh, what were you?
I mean, yeah.
Elson was awesome.
That would be. Yeah, I'm not here to tell you how to vote, but
I'm just trying to see how many Legion bosses I can get on my list here and still win.
Dude, my
I mean,
raid
that's
fucking
a
owns.
respectable selection. I think it's a
THD,
really
you're
good
on,
one.
THD, you're on the clock with your final two selections.
All right, so first we're gonna pick the mid one, and this will be Zanesh.
Wait, the
Soccer boss?
That's
Yep.
right.
Oh man.
This would have been called the football boss if US didn't get it first as well.
That's
That would've
right.
been
That's why it's the
awful.
soccer boss.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
W.
Yep, those are the rules. We don't make them up. Where the fuck is this? Is it even on the list? Oh no.
Xana, it's
called
High
Dark-
Inquisitor.
it's
Xana.
Oh, there it is.
Dark
It's dark.
Inquisitor.
Yeah, there, I found it.
Yeah.
Okay, and what's your late tier?
For the late tier, it's a tough choice. Not too many of the cream of the crop here. But we're gonna hit the flippity switch. What that means is
What does that mean? Yeah,
we're moving Il'gynoth down. And we're putting in Anduin.
Knew it.
I like it. I like it. I like it.
The old flippity switch, as they say.
Yep. As he said that and then paused as if all of us knew what he was going to do. Yeah, okay, we'll look at, this is the last round, so we'll be able to take a look at everyone's raid. My raid fucking slaps, by the way. I mean, also got the freest second boss of all time. Dratnos knows what it is. Growl, what's your choice?
Well, real quick, I want to swap Rashock and Soul Render on my list while we're here.
Yep, got it.
The sheet guy's going psycho right now.
Yeah,
We're swapping.
the guy who made the sheet is very
And
not
then
happy
my
with this.
penultimate boss is actually Elisand.
Good
Nice.
choice. Good choice.
That's a good choice, yeah. I mean,
Elisander, as
what
the
did he
sheet
have to
says.
choose between? It was Elisand, Mithrax.
I was actually choosing
Carapace.
between that and Mechatork, and then
If it makes you
Mechatork
feel
no
better,
longer was on the
Oh no,
list. so my
Cenarius,
choice was
Cenarius
Legion.
again. Cenarius fucking owned. Cenarius was just a really good fight. I think Cenarius is every bit as good as not Elisand. Elisand is better. Actually, no, it's not as good as any of the bosses on this list, but it's a little bit below that.
it makes you feel better, Growl, my choice was between Zakul, Mithrax, and Elasan, so...
That actually makes me feel worse.
That's right. You should feel good about that one.
Zakul was the worst boss.
That's a healer take.
That is incorrect. Mine is very easy, and this was actually somehow, when I ordered my list of things in every category, I had, like, ones, I kind of roughly ordered ones that I liked, and then I had a banger selection for early, mid, late, penultimate, and end. And with my 9th pick, I'm able to pick the only remaining banger I even have on my list, which is Amalgamation Chamber, as the second. I can't believe I got this.
I would have taken this, except it's a 2-target encounter, and we don't do that here.
We don't do that there.
Yeah, Amalgamation Chamber absolutely fucking owns, and dude, my raid fucking is insane. I'm so happy with my list.
So, yeah, I thought you were gonna pick mine.
What's yours?
With the 9th pick of the raid draft, we're selecting Abyssal Commander Savara.
That's a good pick.
I'm surprised that THD didn't pick this, because Abyssal Commander Savara is objectively one of the best first bosses ever, but it's also known for being significantly more challenging than most, which kind of like works with THD's list.
The difficulty like lands on the healers as well. So
dude, people are stacking like 6 or 7 healers of that fight. That was a banger.
Dude, these lists are actually so interesting. All right.
You could like stack healers and just not do mechanics. It was so much fun.
Yep.
All right, Meeix, what is your final selection?
I'm gonna round it out with Vectis as final mid-tier boss.
Okay. I played
respect it,
melee on
respect it.
Vectis, so I don't respect that, but I think a lot of other people do.
Fun. I don't know if Jack agrees, but it was fun as a healer for me at least, because that's what I was doing.
I
back
think
then.
Dratty T's
That
about
was
to
a
hit
fun
a wall.
feeler
Well,
fight.
well, also, okay, the thing with Vectis wasn't even Vectis's fault. And they've actually done a really good job of changing this since then, but Uldir was the most melee unfriendly raid of all time. It was like you killed the first 2 bosses, and then after Zekvaz, every boss melee had to be 6 yards away from every other melee the whole fight, for Vectis, for Fetid, for Mithrax, right? So like the rest of the raid was just melee was just an absolute hell, and you could only bring like a couple of them, and that is what makes me really dislike that fight. But I think on its own merits, it's a fine fight.
Yeah, that's why I didn't pick it, Mix. That's a really fun healer fight, but stuff with like heavy downtime, I knew people would just hate.
Dude,
It's
shout out to
okay.
Jack
I
for
thought
5
in all of
BFA
these
bosses.
I'll just
Yeah?
take one boss that's for the healers.
All right,
It's no surprise when it takes longer to top people off. Healing's more fun.
all right, Dratnos, what is your selection?
So it's good for me that the pick order got set up the way that it did, because if I was picking first, there's a decent chance I would have selected this, but with my first pick.
Cool.
But yeah, I'm gonna take Gul'dan.
Yeah,
This fight was so
it
good.
is
This
insane.
like my favorite unboss ever.
Yeah,
I thought
so
everyone was
good.
gonna bum rush the first boss or the final bosses like super quick.
That was
I
my
think
thinking.
I think you guys picked a lot
Yeah.
of good end bosses. I will say there were a lot of good end bosses available, so
That's
I don't
why.
know, I think
yeah,
this worked out nicely for me.
yeah.
True, you were smart. You're smart.
I don't.
When you get past 7 though, like we're left with Helya.
Yeah.
After that, I don't think there's too
Yeah,
much.
that's the thing. Yeah, picking end boss last made a lot of sense, because you could list everything we had here up to Helya, and it falls off after Helya for sure.
There's
but
still
like,
Scale Commander Sarkarath as well. Like that fight slapped.
yes, Sarkarath would be decent. I feel like everyone did pretty well with the end bosses, second to last bosses as well. There weren't a lot of those are a lot of good. Zakul is like one that I think THD and I like, but I think a lot of people. What was the worst? What was the most assailable thing about Zakul? I think it was the way the fight was designed, where you had to stop DPS in P1 for like 50 seconds.
The entire start of the fight, I was playing Elemental Shaman and I was in Ghost Wolf form autoing the boss for the first minute.
Yeah, but I think if you change that, I think the fight on its own is like one of the best design fights they've ever made.
I mean, it was also a fight that had like huge progression pressure on your 3 people that were getting sent into the Delirium Realm. Nobody else could like see what was happening with them, and you were just waiting for them to figure out what they were doing, and then you would kill the fight. And a lot of the other people didn't have interesting jobs.
Just get good chance to get on there. It's okay.
Dude, I think my raid fucking slaps. I got 5 picks out of mine that I think are like absolute bangers. I think my raid is insane.
What is a crime? You know, Queen's Court is not in the late tier. I would have picked that one.
Well, wasn't what? Oh, Queen's Court should have been. You think Queen's Court was good though?
Yeah.
Oh, you're a daughter.
I think it's one of the best council bosses in
What
the
does
last
that
few
mean?
years.
You're just
like damage over time.
That was the actually that it kind of makes. Yeah, that.
like,
wait, what the fuck? Well, you thought I meant
yeah, I
daughter?
heard daughter as well.
Oh, yeah, you
Remember,
fucking.
I don't care about I don't care about dotting it.
Well, I
I
just.
care about damage.
Well, yeah, but I think that fight, if you were a daughter, it would make sense to be a huge fan of that fight, because it's the last. That was among the last times in the game where dots were actually powerful. Like, that was among the last times in the game where if there was a spread out 2-target fight, that classes that had dots would just beat every other class by twice as much. Like, they just removed that from the game after BFA.
Well, I also like the fight because there's a giant horn that goes off in a mechanic plays.
Yep. Random fun fact about THD that a lot of people don't know is he doesn't use a ton of weak ores for mechanics. He is a strong believer in in-game sounds. And every time someone in our guild complains about like them not seeing something, he screams that they're not using in-game sounds because him and Sang use voice lines and boss mechanic sounds to let them know that everything is happening. Yep, and the music.
You know, Halandras has music for each phase.
Anduin as well, dude. The Anduin intermission.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yep. Those are people who truly love WoW.
banger.
All right, so now we can put it to a vote, but let me actually I kind of want to see. So THD's raid would kill just almost every guild that's ever existed, I think. Like, you get through the first 3 would be a nice little experience, but dude, as soon as you hit Zanesh, or sorry, as soon as you hit Halandras, you're doing Halandras into Painsmith, and then Il'gynoth, a lot of people are going to be like, oh, maybe Il'gynoth wasn't that bad. I'm assuming he's using the, like, Dispel version of this boss, which was every bit as hard as, not as Halandras, but as Painsmith at least. Into Anduin, into Zakul, into KJ. Keep in mind, people talk about, like, how many guilds quit this tier with the Tindral into Fyrakk thing. The Fallen Avatar into KJ was the original Tindral Fyrakk. Like, that fucking murdered raid guilds, so...
That also murdered the entire Alliance faction because you needed like 3 classes to play Goblin to stay on platform.
Oh, true. There should actually be, if people cared enough about WoW, someone should do a documentary about that because there used to be a reasonable split between Horde and Alliance guilds. Like, a lot went Horde and Mop for racials. There was like a Beast raid and Troll just did 5% more damage to Beast for some reason. And that got like a lot of the Alliance guilds, but it was truly Kill Jaden where it's just you're only a Horde guild if you want to raid now kind of thing.
That's when my guild swapped.
That's not a thing anymore, though. I think the only reason people are still Horde is just because everyone... Well, I guess it's cross-faction, but like...
It doesn't matter, yeah.
Yeah, but like even in the couple years before this where it did matter, everyone was still Horde just because it would have cost a lot of money to go back Alliance. The racials have been balanced for multiple expansions.
Except Dwarf. That one's still exists.
Yeah, like the racials have been balanced except for the end boss that randomly requires Dwarf for...
You know, the Dwarf is still the unbalanced one. We gotta
Yeah.
talk about some Dwarf.
I was going to ask whose list you guys like the best, but I don't want that to influence chat results, so I'm just going to do a chat poll.
Does anyone not like their own list?
I love my list. This is the only draft I've done where I am positive that I fucking nailed it.
I feel like if you do a draft and you like someone else's team better than yours, you messed up somewhere.
That's
along
not
the
true.
lines.
That's not true because it's a draft. Like if it's a like you just pick your favorite fights, you should be happy with it. But drafts are weird, where like a lot of good stuff you would want can be taken from you, and you can end up with like unideal selections, right? Also, I feel like 6 was the right amount of people to do this. We were thinking about doing this with 4, and if you did this with 4, you would just
There was just too much good stuff.
There's just
yeah.
way too many good bosses. Yeah. My chat usually never votes for me, but like today will truly be the test on whether they're just negatively biased against me because my list is objectively insane.
No. This is not a test.
This is a
This
test.
is just the truth.
I'm
Look,
making a straw poll.
the chat vote is the chat vote. This is the truth.
Dude, why does straw poll look like shit? It's just dog shit compared to it here. It's in the chat. It's in the chat. Dude, wait, why is it taking so long to dude, straw poll is dog shit.
It's your dark reader messing with the bars.
Oh, it says show thing. Okay. I linked the thing to vote and I'll show you guys the list. Yeah, I am positive that I'll never win a thing on my own stream. I was kind of on this impression on some other ones, but there's actually no fucking way. There's no shot.
Stop the count.
Close dark reader.
No. Keep
Is that
voting,
it?
guys. Keep voting. Keep voting.
Keep voting.
Oh, it's so bright though. I mean, this is absolute lunacy. THD is getting more votes than me. There's no way. There's no way.
He's so bad. He's
Dude,
fuming
I
right now.
am mad. Mine is just straight up the best. It's just the best one. Or if you would argue it's not the best, maybe Dratnos, if you like loved Nighthold and you love single target bosses, could be better. I have like a mix of single target. I have a mix of creative bosses. I have a mixture of cleave.
I baited you at the start of this with that chocolate cake analogy because if there was a Michelin star restaurant that only served chocolate cake, I'd be in there every day. I'd be
Dude,
700 pounds.
this makes me never
Yeah.
want to do these ever. Like, we'll do these, but
Max.
like, there's just no voting. This is so corny.
Let's send you back to
Makes me
reality.
not wanna
Let's send
do
you
the-
back to
I'm
Why
not
reality.
don't
gonna
you pick
do
a
them.
better list?
I don't care
Why don't you
about
pick a better
not
list?
winning. I don't care about not winning. I care about not being given a fair chance. This is absolutely baloney.
Let's send you back to reality. You picked Council of Blood.
Council of Blood's a great fight.
Shriekwing, Council of Blood.
What- oh,
Chat, type one of you would vote for Max if he just picked
All right, well,
a better damn
Shriekwing's
list.
good, but Growl's like a
Hello,
50+
hello,
like,
Shriekwing. There's no fucking way you just implied Shriekwing was a bad boss, right?
Now, Council of Blood is bad. We will talk about that.
Council of Blood isn't bad. You know what I could have picked? Yeah, I could have picked Smolderon. And the reason I didn't is because I didn't want to have two of the exact same fights back to back. That would have been worse than having
See, you
Council
should have
of Blood.
stuck to
You're
your
like, I picked too
convictions.
many good fights in a row. One.
Nah, it is absolute baloney.
I don't know what you're talking about. My rate over here is 3,000 pulls. Fucking log in. We got content for a year.
That's insanity. I do like Growl's list though.
I feel like Makes and Jacks are getting kind of owned here.
I
This seems
feel
unfair.
like I'm getting.
Keep voting, guys. Keep voting. Come on.
I stayed
unfairly
true to
put
myself
into
on this.
bottom tier. What the heck? Is it just because people didn't like play Cabal and Unat?
I think your name is just too close to Max.
We should have had multiple choice.
I literally
Yeah, that's
think these
probably it.
votes are just like they're literally voting for the approval rating of the people that I normally bring on my stream. The only reason Jack and Makes are low, if you replay this reality and you swap your all's list with Dratnos and Growl, they get the exact same amount of votes. They're just on my stream all the time.
That's just hardcore.
That's just
dude.
literally all it is.
This was a masterpiece draft.
They-
I got Gul'dan 9th pick.
They love
Last pick of the draft was Gul'dan. You can't tell me that wasn't masterful strategic drafting.
That
I
was
outplayed
that
you.
was an
guys
extremely
definitely
good thing.
blundered.
You know what that
Nah,
is?
that's
the
insane.
Twitch emote. That's cinema.
Wait, if we can keep the poll running just a little bit longer, I might beat Max.
Yeah, just fucking do it. I'm fucking voting for you. How do I vote? We'll see. Back to poll.
Here you go.
Absolutely
I'll
nonsense.
I'll add the emote to Max's chat. Here you go. Boom.
What is that? Cinema? Yeah. Yeah. that is absolutely baloney. Dude, that's so boring because like these would actually be so fun to do too.
He's
If it was
fuming.
actually real. Like I feel like I goofed other drafts. I'm like, oh, it's bad. I never even fucking said shit when you picked other people. This one is just so blatant. You even mentioned it last
Well, I
time.
mean, look at the
Dratnos,
updated,
you even mentioned it. You were
results.
like, you can't even do this on your own stream because people are going to always vote against you. That's what you said. You said those
Look
words.
at the results. We have a new. You've downranked.
I know. I'm even voting.
The people hate a sore
Yeah,
loser.
yes, they are fucking voting for. I told them to do that. I did it myself. Vote for Jack
Thank
too.
you for your voice.
This is the last one of these we're ever doing.
See, this is good. This
Kill-
will teach you to be able to
takes
have fun
all the
without
fun
winning.
out. It takes all the fun out of it that you guys can't be objective. I'm
mean,
fucking. I'm hard
the
Just
true-
tilted.
hang out in the muck with me, Max. It's all right,
So
man.
like the thing is with this, the true
You can sit at
winner-
my lunch table.
The true winner is Jack because he picked for healers.
I'm gonna fucking
and
spin.
If you multiply healers by like 4 times, it wins.
I'm gonna
That's
spin,
right, baby.
So like that's how it works.
dude.
So
No,
Jack
you made
actually
a. Is that a healer list? I feel like a
That is
healer.
the-
I feel like
Okay, so
I'm really
my lates
surprised
were not
people
great.
didn't pick Kurog for sure. I think Kurog was one that is.
That's a healer boss, yeah.
I mean, I hate Kurog.
That was not a fun healer boss. That was not fun.
I
Growl
hate
liked it,
Kurog.
right?
I like Yarg. You didn't like Yarg?
Nah, too bursty.
Dude, bursty. You're just
Yeah.
taking like ramping
Which-
damage
which
every
is-
4
the-
minutes.
the
Yeah,
fight
it was
is
terribly
too-
bursty.
it's
Which of these
too recent.
bosses was from Dragonflight on my list? Absolute none of them.
Holy, Jack's making a statement right now.
That is kind of based.
That's right. The defensive power levels in Dragonflight.
Insanity.
And, it's looking like.
Wait,
the
I
Ethan
also have
too.
no
Not
Dragonflight
good, not
bosses.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
Somebody
not
said I should
many.
pick Sun King.
And
Ew.
Dragonflight wasn't even a bad expansion for raid, I don't think. It just,
For healers.
I don't know. Nighthold wasn't in it.
All right, cool. All right, this
Oh,
is
I
the
have
list.
terrorists. I have terrorists.
Hold
yeah,
on,
okay,
Jack
never mind.
almost passed Max. He needs 5 more
Let's
votes
go.
for
More
Max to
Jack
be in
votes,
last.
everybody. I'll relink the poll. Relink the poll, everybody. Here you go.
Max was solidly in 3rd, and then the voting ended, and Max is almost in last.
That's
now,
fine.
so
Let's go.
I
Vote for
think you
Jack,
might be
everybody.
onto something.
There we go. Let's get it right.
No, now I'm unhappy with it. Hello?
Let's get
That's
it
right.
right.
We can pass Makes. Let's go. Vote
Let's go.
Jack.
More Makes and Jack, just so it clears me by a decent amount here.
Yep, and Growl.
No. Stop the count.
Stop it.
All right, Max is in last. Stop the count.
Oh wait,
Stop the count.
Dranos
There we
Growl
go.
so close.
Mail-in ballots.
All right, vote Growl. Vote Growl.
Don't
By
listen,
the way,
chat.
has anyone been playing the game Banana on Steam?
No, what's that game?
That's one of the best
Is this a
games
proposition?
ever. You
Yep.
just click a banana.
So someone uploaded
Is
a
that
game on
it?
Steam called Banana, and all you do is just click a banana, and now go to Steam charts. Look at like the most played Steam games right now. There's currently 600,000 players on Banana right now. It actually passed Dota
On
2
what?
last night. Banana.
Yeah, banana.
What is banana?
It's a game where you open it and then you just click a banana. You can buy different bananas for 25 cents.
Oh shit.
Hell yeah.
I could do that for my variety a little bit later. I was gonna do a variety stream today, but I don't believe so. I'm gonna have to punish my chat for this.
No, see, you're not last anymore. It's all okay.
No, let's change that up, guys. Let's go. Keep voting for other people. Vote for fucking Growl. He's winning right now. Keep voting for Growl. Fuck
Oh,
Dratnos.
nice. I'm winning.
Okay, chat, you heard Max say it, so do the opposite.
Yep.
Like we always do, like we
Yes,
trained for.
Yes.
Oh no!
Oh, they're neck and neck. Every vote matters.
This is the only time in your life where your vote will actually matter, chat. Use it wisely.
Very good. Make sure we get some more makes votes here to clear it a little bit. It's getting a little close. Oh, me endorsing Growl has now shot Dratnos far into the lead,
Oh, there it is.
as if we needed any more evidence.
Wait, no, we're almost tied. Oh, can we end it tied? Can you end it when we're tied
Hey, end
and
it
we can
tied.
be co-champions?
When can I end it? Or
Just
can I
hit
end
Control
it?
W and pretend that it's over and that we
So you stop
tied.
the count.
Yeah.
This is good. Oh, I can just stop it whenever. That's good. I'll stop it now. Let's go. Growl wins.
Amen.
I took a picture of it.
GG.
Let's go.
Good game, Growl. Well played.
GG. See you next week, Dratnos.
There will not be any of these next week. You gotta do a draft where you actively try to lose. Nope.
I thought that's what he was doing.
Nope. I have just an insane list. Maybe some fucking... Nah. I'm about to argue why someone would actually make an argument against my list, and that's just not even what's happening here.
The argument is Council Blood.
That's just not a bad fight. It's just a good one.
The tank ran around for the whole last phase, guys. Point that one out.
All right, that's good. All right, hope you guys had a good time. Everyone have fun.
Thanks
Very
for being my
good.
friends.
Thanks for
GG's.
the content, guys.
That's so fucking bad.
GG.
Very
Yeah.
good. Very good. Good job.
Get well soon.
Yep. Thank you. All right, chat. It's been a real stream. I'll see you guys later. I will be live at some point in the future. Not sure when. See ya.